got so quiet.
It did.
Feeling good, both of you?
Do we have bolsters and
So sorry, I should have put this in your back there. You could go ahead and grab a blanket as well. There's not enough bolsters for everyone. So just grab a blanket. You can grab 2 blankets if you like. So it'll be extra padding.
Hi.
Remember me? I was with Ellen and those others in the women's.
Yes, yes,
So
good to see you, Stacy.
Sophia. I don't know if you remember, we did the journaling.
Yes,
together.
exactly.
So
I have those sitting out at home.
I'm sorry?
I have them sitting out at home. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. So I'm really curious.
Thank
Thanks
you for
sharing it.
coming. Yes, it's good to see you. I'm sorry? Of course. Yes, totally. Do you have enough room? Hello, welcome. Hello. If you just slip your shoes off and follow Jenna to the back.
Does anyone remember the copy of Say
Hi, Charlotte. Hello. How are you? Excited to be here. Good to see you. Do either of you want agenda? You can say no.
Totally fine.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you put my whole thing in here.
Yeah, I just printed the.
Thank you. I think I've changed it since then. Where are we on time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12. So we're missing 4 people. It's 6 o'clock.
We'll get started in just a couple more minutes.
Hello.
Welcome. And then I'll show you the rest. You can bring it back.
Thank you.
just have you take your shoes off by the door, and then I'll show you where you can stuff in the back. Hi.
Hello, welcome.
So glad you made it. Yeah, I'm good. Awesome. That's great. That's perfect. Looks really comfortable. And then if you can bring your things back. Yeah. Okay, in the back, I'll meet you back there. You can bring whatever you back to you. Sorry, go ahead. Come to the door. Can I carry anything for you? Sorry. Sign by your name, and then grab one of the reflection sheets, a burn sheet, and a pen. And then you can hold it. If you have questions, I just shouted a lot of things at you. So. Like colorful papers or
One more. Will you also invite them to lie down and get comfortable?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, just another minute or so to get everybody settled in here. How is everyone? Good. Thanks for being here. There's too much light over here. Do you want this lamp on? You good with it? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Scoot over a little bit.
Before I decide to record, does anybody not consent to being on camera? Anybody not consent? Okay.
Thank you. Okay, welcome. Thanks for all here. Thank you so much for being here. I think this is such a great way to start a new year. society puts a lot of pressure on us to like change everything and like hit the ground running when New Year starts and like set all these resolutions and change your whole life. And that's not the vibe that we want to create here. We want to create a space where you can recenter yourself, check in with yourself, reflect, regulate your nervous system, think about what you need to nourish yourself, and actually just nourish yourself in this next hour and a half, which can feel really counterculture. But that's the goal that we want to create. That's the goal of the space that we want to create this evening, is just a space for you to come and reflect and relax and give back to yourself and kind of think about what you've moved through this past year. Think about what you need in this moment, and think about what you want to call in going forward and what you don't want to take with you either. So when we regulate ourselves, when we do these practices that we're going to do this evening, it kind of strips away all the BS, and then we can hear our intuition a little bit louder. We can hear our truth a little bit louder. And we can really think about what we need and where we are, and also be proud of ourselves, think about things that we're proud of ourselves for. So tonight we have Stacy. She's going to guide us through some sound healing and meditation. And we have Monique. Monique is going to do a group tarot reading for us. And I will offer some guided movement, some somatic movement. And all of these things we hope will help you cultivate a sense of wholeness, of peace, of groundedness, and reflection. So we will open with some sound healing. We will then move into some movement. We'll do our group tarot reading, and then I've given you burn papers and reflection papers. We'll walk you through those when we get to it. That will come after, and then we'll close with another bath at the end and a little reading. So that's the goal. That's the plan for tonight. Thank you all for being here. If you could all come down to your backs to start. Just get yourselves cozy, settled in. If you have a blanket, you could place it underneath the head or cover up with a blanket, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. And just settle in. And you start with a cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth as you land and arrive.
Let yourself arrive, not by effort, just by noticing that you're here. Notice the simple fact of being supported, the floor beneath you, the space around you. The room already doing some of the remembering for you. Nothing needs to change right now. Nothing needs to be figured out. As the sound begins to move through the space, let it be the first thing that meets you before thought, before story. You may notice the mind beginning to slow, not shutting down, just loosening its grip. This is the nervous system receiving a signal of safety, a quiet message that says, you do not need to stay alert here. As this tone enters, imagine weight gently melting downward. Like heavy coats being tossed aside. Like layers loosening on their own. The places that have been carrying the past year begin to soften without effort, without instruction. There's nothing you need to let go of deliberately. What's ready to release already knows how. As the sound settles, the body begins to move from doing into simply being. This is where the brain naturally shifts gears from high alert toward slower, steadier rhythms that support rest. Reflection and integration. This rhythm signals safety, the kind that allows the mind to drift without disappearing. Awareness widens, effort quiets. Thoughts may come and go, but they do not need your attention. Your body is listening now. Breath finds its own pace. Muscles soften where they're ready. You're not falling asleep. You're turning inward into a deeper layer of presence where insight and restoration begin. stay with this feeling of being held. Not held up, not held together, simply held. Let the sound continue to support you as we prepare to move gently into the next part of our time together.
We will now move into somatic awareness of the body. Just stay right where you are. Somatic awareness is an umbrella term for connecting to our internal sensations or the internal feedback of the body. The body's always speaking to us. It speaks to us through sensations and emotions. It does not use words. And it's a different type of language, one that we're not usually taught from a young age. We're going to spend the next around 25 minutes connecting to the awareness of the body, giving the mind rest, allowing the body to take the lead. I truly believe when we connect to somatic awareness, when we learn to listen to the body, we can then hear the subtle and maybe not so subtle words of the body or language of the body speaking to us and guiding us towards what we need, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. The body's always trying to work us back into homeostasis, so when we get sick or when we experience maybe pain in the body or vibration in the body, buzzing in the body, maybe space, joy. We feel all of these things in the body. All information. And when we can hear those noises from the body, I truly believe that that connects us to our intuition, which is that inner knowing we all have, we're born with. And that way we can move towards a more authentic, whole, expansive life. So just to start, I invite you to just scan through the body, starting at the top of the head, moving your awareness down through the body. I'll guide you through this. The goal of this practice is not to judge or even to change what you find. It's simply to notice. So bringing awareness to the top of the head, practicing stepping into the role of the observer. So observing the physical sensations of the body, moving your awareness down through the face, to the jaw, the shoulders, noticing any areas of stickiness, tightness, tension, as well as noticing areas that feel open, free, spacious. Continuing to scan your awareness down through the chest, the arms, hands, fingers, moving through the torso, noticing what's here, through the hips, the thighs, loving awareness through the knees, the calves, the ankles, and pausing with your awareness at the soles of the feet. Our physical body has carried us through an entire calendar year, 365 days. At the bottoms of the feet, just start to gather a breath, breathing in through the nose, and starting to draw that breath up the body from the soles of the feet all the way to the crown of the head. Maybe your breath takes on a color or a texture. Imagining this breath as a healing light. And then as you exhale, fully empty the lungs, breathe out through the mouth. Good. We'll do that one more time. Bringing awareness back to the soles of the feet. Inhaling to bring that breath all the way up to the crown of the head. A healing, cleansing breath of awareness And then exhaling fully through the mouth. Good. One more time. Awareness of the soles of the feet. Connecting to that color or that texture of the breath, this healing breath. Drawing that breath all the way up to the crown of the head. Feeling the belly expand. And then exhaling through the mouth, breathing out a little further than you think you can. Complete empty of the lungs. This movement we're going to do tonight is very gentle, very nervous system regulating. I want us to think about tapping into our softness and our strength at the same time, very gently. So on your next inhale, hug your knees to your chest. You can bring your hands to the tops of the knees or around the calves. Maybe a rock side to side. Giving the lower back a little massage on the ground. Just noticing how the ground feels below you. And then bringing the hands to the tops of the knees, drawing some circles. Keeping the chin slightly tucked, the shoulders relaxed. Good, and let's go the opposite direction. Drawing circles the other way. Good, come to center, pause, inhale, draw your knees to your chest. And exhale, legs extend long. Let's take a full body stretch. Reach the arms up overhead. Stretch through the fingers, point through the toes. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through the side body. And exhale, draw your knees to your chest one more time. Good. Bring the soles of the feet down to the ground. Walk your feet out to the edges of the mat. Drop your knees in towards one another. And just pause here for a moment. You could bring your arms out from your shoulders, or maybe interlace your fingers, bring your head down into your hands. Noticing how it feels to be supported for a moment. Take a deep breath in, and a full exhale. Good. If you have your hands behind the head, gently bring them back. Let the head come down to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest one more time. This time, reach your hands around the backs of the thighs, cross at the ankles, find a rock and roll up and down the mat. Only if it feels okay on the spine. If you feel any pain or strain, just skip this. And eventually we're gonna come up, rock forward, bring your hands in front of you. Walk your knees back behind you. Make your way into a tabletop position, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread all 10 fingers wide, bringing full awareness to the body, checking in with the hands, pressing down into the ground. The feet pressing down into the ground gently. Activating the core, drawing your belly button to spine. Lengthen through the spine, eye gaze towards the top edge of the mat, slight tug of the chin in towards the chest. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose, press through the palms, round the shoulders, belly button to spine, eye gaze to the back of the mat. Pause here in this cat position for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, come forward into cow pose. Chest comes forward, chin comes up. Exhale, press through the palms, round the shoulders, belly button to spine. Good. Inhale, come forward. Flow through a few cat-cows at your own pace. If you like, you could walk the wrists just in front of the shoulders, maybe tuck the toes behind you. Moving deeper into range of motion, taking up more space. You're also welcome to move this up body side to side. Take some circles with the torso. Move towards sensation that you feel in the body. We'll do 2 more rounds. And we'll come back through center, find your tabletop position. All 10 fingers spread wide, pointing towards the top of the mat. Press down into the palms. Re-engage, gentle press down into the tops of the feet. A slight bend in your right elbow. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. And then exhale, thread the needle. Bringing your arm through the space between right forearm and right thigh. Side of the head comes down to the ground. Option to walk the right fingertips towards the top of the mat. Or bring the back of the palm to your lower back or hip crease. Find a cleansing breath here in through the nose. Full release through the mouth. Bring the right hand back around beside the face, press into it. Inhale, reach. Exhale, find your tabletop. Breath to reset. Find a slight bend in the left elbow. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Good, and pause here. Option to crawl the left fingertips forward this time. Or take a bind, bringing your palm to lower back or right hip crease. Use your breath. Think about breathing into the space between your shoulder blades, thoracic spine. Releasing anything, any stagnant air, energy that might be stored here. And we'll come back through center. Bring the left hand around, press into it. Inhale, reach with the right into your eye gaze, follow those fingers. Exhale, find your tabletop. Reset with a breath. Bring your big toes to touch behind you. We're gonna make our way back into a child's pose. If you're feeling tight through your hips, you can keep your knees a little closer, but if you wanna go deeper, walk the knees out to the edges of the mat. Hips to heels, walk your hands forward. We're gonna make this a slightly active child's pose. Forehead comes down to the ground. Spread all 10 fingers wide. On your inhale, lengthen through the fingers. On your exhale, gently press down into the palms, creating a little more space between the shoulder blades, activating through the hands, the arms, the shoulders. And breathe into any other spaces that you feel sensation. So maybe through the hips, the chest, the back body, or anywhere else you feel. Press gently into the palms. Lift the head, lift the torso. Inhale. And then exhale, weave the left arm through. So this isn't like a thread the needle where we're twisting. We're actually going to keep the shoulders squared right down towards the ground, come right back down. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And press into the right hand. Inhale. Bring that left hand back around, and then exhale, weave the right arm through. Same thing, we're going to keep the shoulders squared, bring the head right back down to the ground. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Press into the left hand. Bring the right hand back around. Keep your chin tucked in towards your chest, belly button to spine. Inhale pulls you forward. Exhale, reset in your tabletop position. Good. One more flow from our tabletop. Press down into your right hand. Reach forward with the left hand. Okay. Maybe tuck your toes under behind you and start to shift forward, pressing off the right hand, inhaling, and then exhaling back and around. Hips follow the arm. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, back and around. Just see if there's anything you need to release here. Find some flow. And also starting to think about gentle strength. So as you come through center, pressing off that front hand. Reaching up, back and around, taking up space. Good. We'll do one more rotation on this side. Come through center, inhale. Exhale, find your tabletop. And we switch to the other side. So reach forward with the right hands. Shift forward, press off that left hand. Inhale up, exhale back. Almost like you're swimming. Maybe the eye gaze starts to follow the fingers. It feels okay in the neck. Pressing off that left hand as you come through center. One more rotation on this side. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, find your tabletop. Slide your legs over to one side. We're coming down to a seat. First, extending your legs long out in front of you, flexing through the feet, finding your Dandasana stack pose. So activating through the quads, the legs, even the glutes. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, reaching for the feet. It's okay if you can't reach the feet. Just letting the arms fall wherever they land, and then letting the upper body drape over the legs, finding a seated forward fold. Let the legs rotate out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You might notice the body sigh, or maybe a yawn. That is your parasympathetic nervous system kicking in. Good. Inhale brings you up to a seat. Good. Draw your left knee in with you. Exhale, cross that leg to the outside of the right knee. And come into a twist. flexing through extended leg. Let's bring, I have to think about this. Let's bring our left fingertips behind. Inhale, reach with the right hand. And exhale, bring elbow to the outside of the knee, finding your twist. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, eye gaze towards the back shoulder. Maybe belly button to spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Slowly shift through center. Keep your legs crossed. We're going to counter the twist by bringing your fingertips over to the right. And exhaling, taking a little bend. Good, inhale up. Exhale, uncross the legs. Come back into your Dandasana staff pose. Flex through the feet. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reach forward. Upper body drapes over the legs. Legs rotate outward. Good. Inhale brings you up to a seat. This time, draw that right knee in. Exhale, cross it to outside of left knee. Right fingertips behind you. Inhale, reach with the left hand. Exhale, find your bind, bringing elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Slowly come back through center, legs stay where they are. We counter the twist. Fingertips come to the left. Exhale. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, uncross the legs. Good. Bring fingertips behind you. So shifting back a little bit. So you can walk your fingertips back to the back edge of the mat, reclining backward, but keeping a tall chest. Good. Inhale, press through the palms, open the chest. Little heart opener, activating through the back body. And then exhale, release. Good. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, open the chest. Exhale, release. Find a tall spine and then bring the legs in, coming to an easy seat, Sukhasana. Moving the glutes out of the way, finding the sits bones and the tall spine. Bring your fingertips to your sides. Flip your palms up, and then again, like you're pressing through water. Inhale, reach. Palms together, lift through the fingertips. Exhale, press the palms back down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, press the arms down. And inhale, reach. Exhale, draw hands to heart center. Thumbs gently press to the chest. Roll the shoulder blades around the spine. And just check in for a moment, noticing the seat against the ground, noticing the length of the spine, shoulder blades around the spine, palms together at heart center, gently pressing in, thumbs pressing into your chest. I like to think about energy flow. Yoga is all about energy flow. So thinking about energy down through the ground, up through the crown of the head, through the arms, into the palms, into the heart center, and just think about this life force energy flowing through you for a moment. Connect to it. Sweep the arms out to the sides. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw your hands in towards the center, palms facing each other. Wrap the left arm underneath the right. And come into Garudasana arms or eagle arms. Okay. And if you can, maybe bring palms together. If that feels too intense, you press the back of palms together. And if this feels weird or pinchy on the shoulders at all, we're just going to bring the forearms together. Okay. So whatever you can connect to, press. So either forearms together, back of hands together, or front of palms together. Inhale, lift the fingers towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw elbows in towards your navel. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open up the arms, cactus the arms. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your hands back towards center, and we do the opposite. Right arm underneath the left. Okay? Forearms together, back of hands together, or front of palms together. Inhale, lift the fingers. Exhale, elbows to belly button. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round and curl. Last one, inhale. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, cactus the arms, wrap the shoulder blades around the spine. Pause here for a moment. I want you to connect to your strength and connect to the energy in this posture. Wrapping the shoulder blades around the spine. Tall through the spine. Connect to your core, belly button to spine. Good. Reach back with the thumbs. Good. Opening your heart, ready to receive what's next. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw all that energy into heart center. Pause here, breathe and notice. What is the subtle body speaking to you? Where do you feel sensation? Breathe into the space that you feel sensation, or maybe spaces that you feel sensation. Giving those spaces acknowledgement, maybe releasing what's there, or just connecting to what's there. Deep breath in. And exhale. You can bring your hands to your lap, maybe your thighs or your knees. Take a shoulder shrug. Inhale, shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, let them relax. And then start to find stillness. I invite you to close the eyes or soften the eye gaze. Maybe a slight bow of the head, drawing the chin down to your chest. Take a seated Shavasana to end our movement practice. Noticing if any energy has shifted within the body, mind, spirit, or emotions. Again, not trying to change anything, just being aware. The feet get heavy on the ground. Allow yourself to be supported. Connecting to support, as well as connecting to your internal strength. Your ability to be strong and soft at the same time, to move between strength and rest, while being supported and held by the earth, by the energy around you. Take a moment here in the stillness. Enlighten me sees and honors to enlighten each and every one of you. Namaste. We'll now move into our group reading portion. Monique.
All right. Good evening, guys. Thank you for your presence and for your healing. I'm going to start off with handing this deck to you and you selecting a card, and each of you guys selecting a card to kind of sit with for the next piece, which is going to be more of a reflective piece. So here you go. I'd like to thank these co-facilitators here. We had our grounding portion, followed by this flow, the movement portion of things, to kind of really give y'all that energy, the feel of an actual rebirth. So here, again, we are preparing to reflect on what we are creating with that birth. So I have some notes here because I went in with a lot of attention and meditation to be able to facilitate this part for you guys. And I didn't want to go completely blind. So this part here is just these notes, and then I'm going to pull a few cards. Okay. So again, as we know, this workshop is titled Rebirth. The prefix re is meaning again. And of course, we are fully aware of what a birth means to us. But what we do not consider normally is that with a birth, a child is normally born with a startle reflex, which seems to kind of insinuate that trust is not something that is innate for us because we have to survive. So one of the words, I have two keywords. one of the key words that came up for me for this meditation was trust. And trust is a very powerful energy. It is one that we have to develop as we move through time and space. So, for this collective, what came about was that this past year seemed to be a major lesson in trust. We learned to trust in ourselves. We learned to trust in our abilities. We learned to trust in our relationships, in our stability, and in our grounding. At times, it may have felt like for some that the ground was actually moving from beneath our feet, so we had to learn to trust in this past year. We learned to trust in changes, even when things did not seem to go our way. And it's with that trust, and some of us may still be working towards it, and that is okay, but it is with that trust that we continue to expand as this rebirth moves us to more fertile grounds and new heights. There's a new layer that's being revealed to show even more how boundless you truly are, because you have learned how and what to trust and continue to do so. And with that, it brings me to the second word that came to mind. It's not part of my regular vocabulary, but it came to mind in my meditation, and that was of a cosmic spiral. And I'm a visual person, so I'm going to pull this up for any of the visual people because I had to look it up for myself. If you have ever seen any images of galaxies, been in planetariums, you've seen a cosmic spiral. And when I went to look that up, it was also a symbol of these cycles of regeneration, of getting to the core of our essence and embracing that, nourishing that. The last part of my meditation, I pulled a single card to give me a basis from which to go, and that was the Hermit. And it's fitting because this is the Hermit season. They consider the winter time, even though we have approached this new year to be the Hermit season. That is a time for deep introspection. That is a time for us to learn to embrace our shadows. A lot of times we think that the shadow is a part of ourself that needs to be erased, that we need to run from, but that is not the case. It is the part of our essence. It is a part of those cosmic spirals. It is a part of our rebirth to learn to integrate that. And with that, I'm going to also say, how can you let your light shine, but not in a cliche way? How can you let your sun, your light, come through in a way that is integrating the darkest parts of yourself? So with that, I'm going to do a quick little sound and pull. And by you being here, I'm assuming that you do consent to this reading. And I'm just doing this. I like to prepare this space, the energy again, for clearing, for safety, allowing our guides to be here and help me to be this vessel to deliver any messages here to anybody that needs to hear them. Do you mind playing something will you be able to play while I pull?
You want me to play?
Anything while I pull? Or I can put it on there.
Either way.
Okay. want you guys to continue to take a deep breath. Take that deep breath, allowing the energy to flow. Listen up here, trying to get the present energy. I'm gonna pull one more here. If you're familiar with tarot, I'm going to let you guys know what I am doing and what I am pulling. Doing a basic past, present, future energy pull for the collective. On the past side, I have in reverse a Queen of Cups and a Strength. For me, that is a confirmation of that trust factor that I spoke on earlier. That a lot of us was finding our grounding, our sense of trust in our intuitions, in our emotions, in our decisions, in our business dealings, in our goals. Just that firm question. There was a lot of questioning. There's a lot of self-doubt. There is a sense of almost an imposter syndrome. There is a sense of having some internal conflicts with moving forward that trust was necessary to overcome for us to shift our energies and move forward, because with that cosmic spiral coming in, it is that sense of we need to see ourselves as more than what we currently see ourselves of, and the universe is granting that. It is that sense that we need that introspection piece. We need to go deep within and to possess that ability to embrace our shadows, because when the universe speaks to us, when we get our messages, it is not in a literal sense. The universe is not human per se. We're not going to get that through conversation in plain English. It takes a deep inner knowing and inner awareness, self-awareness, for us to be able to receive, for us to be able to know that we are being valued and cherished in a level that's far greater than what we could imagine, and that the universe is here supporting our endeavors at the greatest level in this rebirth as we come out of these cycles. I have the Two of Pentacles and the present energy. That is the sense of finding that inner balance. I want to say that is the balance between our physical endeavors and our spirituality, our higher self, and how we show up. That integration between our inner child, the ego, and the higher self, this full body encompassing energy. I see a sense of relief. I see as if somebody is chugging up a hill, thinking of Jack and Jill. Let's look at Jack and Jill going up this hill. And you are tired, it's been a long trek, you might be a little bit thirsty here, because a little dehydrated, you've got the cups energy. So, but this Two of Pentacles is giving a little bit of solace. It's giving a sense of nourishment. It's giving a sense of making decisions, but in the future energy, it's us knowing that we've made the right one, that we are in the right path, we're in the right frequency, that we are in divine alignment. I have the Queen of Pentacles and I have the Three of Cups. This is what we're doing right here, right now. This is divine collaboration for our highest and greatest good. This is abundance. The Queen of Pentacles energy, that is, both of them are pentacles. So this is divine earth energy, and that we're moving through these cycles of earthly abundance, health, stability. I'm also going to pull here from my one card from, what did I do with the box here? It's titled Ancestor Spirit. It may not stay. just going to take them. Well, there's 2 of them. There's these 2 that fell out right off the bat. So I'm just going to take those. Maybe I'm going to do 3. It's like that sometimes. Okay. All right, so as I finish up here, remember the mudra deck, the mudra card that you guys have that's going to be a part of your reflection. And anything that has resonated with you, please take that with you on to the next part. For my final part, again, I'm pulled from the Ancestor Spirit deck. I have 3 cards instead of 1. I have a card titled, I wish you guys could all see it from here, but it's titled, Be an Open Channel. Be an open channel. Clear your mind. And the last one that I pulled by hand here was notice the signs. And I think that also is a confirmation for the piece that I shared with you all in regard to how the universe decides to speak with us. It is in a way that is subtle. It is a way that we learn to recognize through delving deep within. And I'm going to continue to say those cosmic spirals. There's even spirals here. And if we use that for confirmation, I'm going to give you guys a couple of other signs that came about throughout my meditation. If you are a collective that uses angel numbers, it was 818, 9s, the yellow, color yellow, so solar plexus energy, if you are familiar with chakras. I hope this is not too overwhelming. All right, so what I'm getting in addition to that, again, this is all for me additional confirmations. We are sitting here doing exactly what we're being called to do. What we're being called to do as collective, what we're being called to do as we enter this next era of creation for this coming year. I hear it's the year of the horse. The horse is the animal that has came up for me for that meditation, as well as the serpent for this rebirth cycling. And I believe, honestly, that is it for my part. I am out of time. So
Don't cut yourself off like that. Keep flowing.
I didn't want to get too repetitive, but there's the images. I like to accompany my tarot with the oracle because they give confirmations, but with images that may resonate with the individual that is using them. So yeah, I mean, to me, were you guys picking up what I was putting down there? Awesome. Just my closing statement to you guys is to continue to find these spaces, not only as part of a group, but within yourselves, taking time out for yourselves, continuing to nourish yourselves, to affirm to yourselves. Solar plexus energy to me is bringing forth that confidence. It is like Leo energy. I know there's a Leo in here, but it's bringing forth that full confidence at full speed, because this year is a year of taking what we learned and reaping the benefits of it. And again, some of us may still be working on that aspect of self-trust, because self-trust is a big one, I feel, right now. But as that continues to develop, the more you will see in real time the results, if that makes sense. It's not like a weight game. Like a lot of times with this journey, anybody that is healing, there's a certain level of weight. Like you're wondering when it's going to happen. But for right now, this is the energy that this is real time. You trust, you take inspired action, you receive something from the universe that lets you know, we heard you, we see you, we're rewarding you, we're here, we're supporting you. So that is all I have. Thank you.
So powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So much good stuff in that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am so glad that you brought up like individual versus collective, because I think like at least what I was seeing in my head for this workshop is really helping us connect to ourselves before we go into this like year of the horse, this like year where we're supposed to be more forward moving, and it's like the beginning of a cycle and like all these things. Like fire doesn't know how to stop sometimes. Fire burns itself out. I know I have fire in my chart. And I've had to learn that. That's why I do what I do, is because I need to take time to pause and nourish myself, or I will burn myself out. And so finding that trust, this was so good. Finding that trust in the process like requires us to be present, to refocus on the present moment, right? So like we can set our intentions, we can reflect on what we want, but then we have to trust the process. We have to trust that the universe will direct us to those things and stay present and do our action now. I also want to mention too, we have a Cancer full moon today, which is like all about nourishment and checking in. And I have a Cancer moon, so my Cancer moon is like, and it's also, it happens, we have a Capricorn sun, we have a lot of Capricorn placements happening right now. So the pairing of those two is so beautiful to start us in a new calendar year. Because Capricorn is like ambition and like getting things done, and like it's an earth sign, and then Cancer is like nourishing. Let's take our time, let's check on what we need to be okay during that process. And so it's just a beautiful like complement to the theme of this workshop and to the theme of starting a new year and moving from this year of the snake that was very transformative, and like I don't know if anybody else felt this way, but like took you down to the bare minimum and like made you restart and really work through all the shadows, which is beautiful, because then now we can move forward with all this space. So this takes us into our reflection portion. This is about you guys. This is about your individual journey through life and taking time to reflect on that. And that's not something that is significant. It's not insignificant, something that we need to do. And so we have 2 pieces of paper. This piece of paper, the reflection sheet, has a few questions on it. I was kind of thinking like past, present, and future with these questions. So the first question is, what am I most proud of for moving through this year? So not like, you don't need to necessarily think about the whole year. You can think about whatever you want, of course, but think about what are you proud of? What have you moved through this year? Like you made it through a whole entire calendar year, right? And so thinking about that. And then what do you need nourishment for right now? That's your present. And then what are you inviting into your life this next calendar year? Okay, so that's our first sheet. This next sheet is a burn paper. Stacey's brought these beautiful burn papers. We can think about this as like calling in and releasing. Okay. So just take the next 10 minutes or so, maybe focus on this reflection sheet. This burn paper, we're not going to burn in here. So this is for you to take home and burn. I'm going to keep an eye on the time just because I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'll give you about 10 minutes to go through each of these, and then we'll have a little bit of opportunity for sharing if you feel called to share. Yeah, go ahead and go inward. Oh my gosh. Guys, the moon looks so cool.
Is it the moon?
Yeah. It's like
so
like,
bright.
Well, but it's like muted. It has like clouds around it, so it's like it has a ring. It's so cool. That's awesome. Fun thing. No, it was important.
You just point. Oops.
Gonna switch up the vibe real quick. We've had enough spiral. We've had enough stillness. We have a belly instructor here.
She said spiral.
Okay, time for the fire. Let's do spiral. Oh my gosh.
When you're done, can you bring them back down to the mat? Or however they want to meditate. Either seated or laying down, either way.
Just a couple more minutes. And this is something obviously you're welcome to take home with you and bring into stillness and spend a lot more time thinking about at heart. These are deep questions. So it's just kind of meant to open you to thinking about and reflecting on your own rebirth. Would anyone like to share anything about the reflection or maybe the mudra card that you picked? No pressure. I don't want anyone to feel like they have to share. We just thought like it might be nice to give that opportunity in case. But this can also be a very inward thing too. So oh, Lonnie has them. Okay. I pulled the prana mudra, which is energized. I love that. Prana mudra. I did it right, yeah. Prana mudra. That's cool. And this says it assists with vitality, uplifting, and energizing. Directs energy and awareness to the heart. It is an air element. And the focus is I offer my energy and optimism as a gift to others. I love that personally. I'll just share personally if you guys don't know. This past year was, I had to stay quiet and inward. Like anytime I tried to like go out into the world in big ways, like life was like, no, not time, not time yet. So I've felt this energy shifting recently within the last like 3 weeks, where I just feel like I have more space, I have more like capacity and stuff like that. So that feels very aligned to me. That's cool.
Are you talking about fire burning itself out?
Yes. but I've had to rebuild. It's funny because this whole past year I've had to like rebuild my just like rebuild everything in sustainable ways, so that like I can't move forward full force. So it's, I guess that's a sign. I'm not going to say it's a sign that I'm like, going to go for it. It's a sign that I'm ready to move forward with these sustainable structures I've built for myself, and I do feel ready. So that's cool confirmation. Does anyone else feel called to share? Okay. So we are going to move into our final closing sound bath. So make your way into a comfortable position. You can come down to your backs. You can stay seated if you like. Whatever meditative posture you like to take, go ahead and make your way there. Again, you can use the blanket as a pillow or as a blanket. And just make sure you're nice and comfortable. So once you get into a position, just making any little adjustments you need to feel completely at ease.
As we come to the close of our time together, there's nothing left to do. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you have so patiently carried. Feel it leaving the body as the sound moves through the space. Feel the earth receive you, steady, willing, strong. And above you, a wide open sky, meeting your awareness without effort. Just for now, allow the wave of breath to enliven your experience, breathing out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free. Notice awakened energy quietly tingling in the hands and the feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are. So fully alive that the world feels different. Newly born, vibrant. Just for now, let that be enough.
I invite you to stay where you are in this peace that you have cultivated for a few more moments. Just staying inward, noticing what's shifted. Maybe checking in with each part one more time: mind, body, spirit, heart. Noticing what's come to the surface. Just witnessing it, observing it. Reminding yourself that you have the power and the ability to shift your energy and your focus. And each time we engage in these practices, it is a rebirth. Every day is a new day, a rebirth. These tools are here for you at all times. We can simply reset with the breath. We can go inward and reflect and check in with ourselves. I invite you to cultivate a sense of gratitude for yourself, for taking the time to be here, taking this very intentional pause at the beginning of a calendar year, in the middle of winter, to reflect, to check in, to honor what's here, to nourish yourself, to find rest. Notice where that gratitude lands in the body. I invite you to take a breath in through the nose and exhale, sending that breath to those spaces that you feel energy, sensation, vitality, life force, resilience, softness, expansion, and maybe even the more difficult parts that are activated right now. This isn't just easy work. It requires honesty and connecting to ourselves fully. Just going to give you a few moments to be in this space that you've cultivated. It's an important part of letting things integrate is sitting with it, allowing ourselves to feel it, allowing the dust to settle, the energy settle. Just going to give you a moment, and I'll let you know when time is up. I invite you to slowly bring awareness back to the breath. And from there, awareness back to the body, inviting some movement into the body in whatever way feels best to you. If you're lying down, roll to the right side. Feel free to take a breath there. And no rush at all. When you feel ready, make your way up to a seat. From the bottom of my heart, and I think I can speak for all of us to say, bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for being here. It's so inspiring to be in a room full of people doing good things for themselves, being intentional. This is how we make the world a better place. Thank you for being here. Namaste.
had an image of, she was talking about the cosmic spiral, right? And then when you had us breathing in through the feet and up through the body, I don't know if you all are familiar with the toroidal field, so like the toroidal field. So it goes up through the feet, typically it starts from the root, and then up through the crown of the head and then out. And so if you imagine like this energy coming up from the earth or from your own root, through the body, out through the crown of the head, like a fountain, and it symbolizes like the energy that sustains itself. But in order to do that, you kind of have to like go within before it pours out.
I love that.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd share that because it feels like it was aligned with like the cosmic spiral, like the way that you were guiding the breathing. Like as we were laying here and she was doing the sound bath, I could just like feel it.
Cool.
Yeah,
I love that. Thanks for sharing.
I appreciate that share too. It reminds me of a meditation that I'm listening to, and it's drawing the earth energy through the sole of the feet, but also drawing in the celestial energy through the crown. So it does have that similar type of motion to it that you can feel and experience.
I love it.
Yeah. I'll stay there one second.
Okay.
You're like right.
A little bit.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks for being
guys.